This is so cool. Good looking brother doing deals. Good looking brother doing deals. What was that? Take it off the stove. Put it on the counter. There you go. Brother Quincy in the building. In the building. Brother Quincy in the building. Maria, right here. My daughter been asking about you, Maria. Quincy, where you at, by the way?
Where am I at? I'm home. Dirty,
I'm talking about what? I forgot what state you in.
Pennsylvania.
PA. Bubba, that's can I hold that? Just leave it right there. Cut the TV down some. Quincy, you got a phenomenal story. Doing deals,
That's
putting
me.
it together. I'll be right back. Let me get my hat. My head a little cold. Well, you can go in the shed. Bubba, go in there. Go out there, man. Go in Mama's room. Go in Mama's room. You got three TVs in this house. You want to be with the show? Well, turn that bullshit down, then. What up, class? What up, Quincy?
What's up, man?
We are here helping. We are here. What's wrong with you? Daddy Daycare. We are pouring into Brother Quincy and you watching so we can raise your financial literacy and through real estate investing. This thing is gonna break my arm one day. Subscribe. Just use a piece of cardboard. That doesn't have the authenticity that I want. Quincy, all right. Bring us up to speed, Quincy. Quincy Jones. What's your last name? William?
Williams.
Quincy Jones Williams. All right, go ahead, my brother. What we got?
So I finally got an attorney now, and I had just left his office.
Back up. Give us the backstory. Good God. Hold on, man. Last time we talked, you had a subject to deal. We were trying to find somebody to close it for you.
Yeah, so I had to call like 70 attorneys, and nobody knew what it was. Nobody wanted to do it. I posted in Bigger Pockets forums. I posted.
How about that one I sent you from Bigger Pockets?
No, I called that guy, and he said that he said due to the ethical nature, he didn't want. Yeah, that's what he said. Due to the ethical nature, he doesn't want to. He doesn't feel comfortable representing me.
Ethical nature.
Because he basically said you're sneaking around the lender's back.
Okay. He is entitled to his opinion.
So what I did was I had driven around to a few places, and when I just popped up at this attorney's office, I said, "Hey, do you guys do real estate closings?" He was like, "Yes." And then I asked him, I buy and sell properties subject to, and do you guys do that? I said, "Is this something that you guys would be able to do?" And he was just like, explain. He asked me to explain a little bit more what I meant. And then I asked if he was familiar with line 203 on the
HUD one
HUD-1
settlement
form.
statement.
Yeah, on the HUD-1 form. So he actually said no, but then he just pulled it up. He pulled it up on his laptop, on his computer right there. And I just explained to him what it was, and he said, "Okay, this is interesting. Like this is something that he said I don't see any issue with it."
Wow. This is so perplexing to me. I guess I forgot, Quincy, how hard it was for me to find the people that I do business with now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've been using them so long. I guess I haven't. I can't recall how long it took me to find somebody that is an investor friendly attorney or title company. What were
Yeah.
people telling you as you were on your hunt to find someone to close the subject to deal for you in Pennsylvania?
They were telling me you can't do this. That was the number one answer I got. They said you can't do this. Everybody was saying beware of the due on sale clause. They were
That's
telling
true.
me Yeah, they were telling me that it's not ethical. You're going to need the lender's approval, and they said this is very, very risky, and you open yourself up for lawsuit.
Oh yeah,
That's what they told me.
they might be right. I don't know. I'm not an attorney. What type of? I mean, I don't. They might be right. They could be right, Quincy. I mean, what type of lawsuit are we possibly walking into?
They were very brief. This was in a forum that they said, and they weren't really given any valid reason other than the fact that you're going behind the lender's back.
Okay, well, it could be. It all depends on how you view what you're doing and where you want to be, Morgan. Don't do that foolishness.
Okay.
All depends on where you be. Are you going behind the lender's back? Well, the line says if you have read your loan docs, it says the lender may call this loan due. It doesn't say the lender will.
Yeah. And that's what I had to explain to some of them because they kept saying the lender will accelerate that loan.
Wow.
I even told them about the land trust, and they were saying a land trust doesn't stop the due on sale clause.
Well, they're probably right about that, but I mean, no one's even gonna know. Anyway,
So,
man, go ahead.
I got the deal insurance signed. I got the agreement to sell. I got that signed as well.
Can I
I
see
have a
it?
question. Huh?
Can I see it?
Can you see the? Yeah, 1 second.
Oh man, class, we're rocking and rolling. So to bring up the speed, today is Daddy Daycare. Kids are out of school, so once again, we'll give them some turkey in a minute. We're cutting leftover turkey, making turkey hash, turkey sandwiches, and we're here at home making turkey sandwiches from leftover turkey, and we're training and teaching, pouring into people, pouring into them.
Where's that camera at? Got the notary.
Oh man.
What does it say?
Don't be. Hey, Quincy, can you talk? Because this camera's on me now.
Huh?
I need you to talk while you show me that. Because the camera is on me.
Oh, yeah. So here we got the we got this is the standard agreement to sell form. I had that one notarized. Here's the where's the other one at? I have the standard affidavit of understanding. Got that signed and notarized.
So I see it's not on legal paper. Tell me about that.
Legal paper. I didn't know it had to be on legal paper.
Well, no doubt you got the deal insurance from me.
Mm-hmm.
But mine is on legal. How did you get both notaries on one paper?
I had to what did I do?
I ain't trying to blow you up. I just want to understand what you did.
Well, no, when I printed it out, it cut off the notary for the seller or the buyer.
It's on legal paper. It's on legal paper.
Oh, okay. That's probably why. I didn't know why it happened like that. I tried to print it out portrait, and then I tried to print it out landscape, and I was like, let me just. I had changed the margins because the margins were really like low, so I just changed it, and it all fit on one piece.
Wow. I gotta see how you did that, brother.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you got all right. As long as you got it notarized, man. I haven't seen it, so I can't verify that it's proper. But I hope that it is, man. You gotta have both of them notarized.
I have to send it to my attorney and see what he says. I haven't sent it to him yet. I was gonna do that tomorrow.
You ain't doing nothing tomorrow. That's good. You can leave it up. You got the attorney working on Saturday, dog.
Yeah. Well. Oh yeah. He doesn't work Saturday. Yeah. So I'll have to do it Monday.
Let me ask you. All right, you know what you're doing. You got it. Okay. You straight. I would prefer for it to be on legal paper, but if you got it all to fit, which I mean that's fine.
Okay. I had a question. Do you pay transfer tax at your closing?
Transfer tax for our viewers, our family members, round up family. If you don't know what transfer tax is, it's nothing but a tax where the city makes you pay per $1,000 on the house. So where I live is 0.7 cent on every 1,000. So every $100,000 you're gonna be paying $700. You know, so I don't know what it is up there.
So I was reading in Pennsylvania legislative last night, and there what it says is if you're the because in Pennsylvania they call it a grantor trust. They don't
Grantor.
recognize it. Yeah.
Okay, all right, that's cool. Change the name.
They call it a grantor trust. And if you're the grantor and you were to put the trust in your name, making you the beneficiary, there is no taxable, there would be no taxable event triggered. So what I spoke to my attorney, I asked him, what if I made the seller, because this is a subject to transaction. I said, what if I made the seller the beneficiary on the trust? And
I'm
then,
listening.
I made the seller the beneficiary on the trust, and then she assigned beneficiary interest over to me at the end of the closing. He said there would be no taxable event at that point.
All right, this is done. Yo, come on, Bobo. The man, I'm trying to help. Bobo, all right, y'all go. Taylor, yo, I'll be done here in about 30 minutes. Then I'll come right back in and play. Bye, Bobo. See you later. You got TV on. Get outside. My bad.
We can go outside.
No, you go down there. Finish watching that show.
I don't want to
I'll be right back. I'll be done in a few minutes.
go. Top.
Huh?
Pass me the top.
Can I pass you a top? What?
Please. Well.
So we're gonna put the house in a grantor's trust.
Correct. Yes, I would have the the trust. I would make the beneficiary the seller, and then the trustee would be my selection. And once the deed is prepared, then she would then assign her beneficiary interests over to my LLC.
Yeah. You're gonna go to the seller to you.
The LLC, yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, whatever. You know who you can be a million things.
Mm.
Well, let's. All right. Okay. All right. Let's change it. Is that better?
Yep.
So, can you just change the name of the trust that I gave you to just change the shit from land trust to grantor's trust?
The name of the trust, they just said it doesn't matter, but they said it's recognized as a grantor trust. It's the same functions, but it's just called something different. Because in Pennsylvania, a land trust is like agricultural conservation or something like that.
All right. A bunch of gobbledygook that we don't understand.
Yeah, basically.
So you're saying the memorandum of affidavit of understanding and the memorandum of contract. Basically, you got to just change the name of it.
Correct.
Yeah. All right. I can live with that. I'm not an attorney, brother. Okay, so we're gonna put the house in a trust. We don't have to pay to put it in. Okay, because you're saying that we don't want to pay this tax because it's going from the owner to the owner.
Correct.
I have seen this strategy before, class. All right, so I want to make sure we understand. We're gonna deed it into the trust. We're gonna call it. What's the name of your last name of your seller?
Williams. Williams.
Williams Trust. Now this house is in a trust. This is not taxable. Forget all of this. I want to get it. I got to do it step by step. We're gonna take Miss Williams Trust and take it from Miss Williams and put it in the Williams Trust.
Correct.
I'm just saying, just to make it simple on me. Who's the trustee of this before all this? Before we get here?
The trustee, I could make that you.
So whoever it is, whoever you pick.
Yeah, whoever I pick.
What's going on?
No,
Let her play, let her. I'll be done in a few minutes. So Miss Williams is here. I'm just trying to make sure I got the flow chart right. So good old Miss Williams class is going to put her house in a trust. She's the beneficiary. You designate who you want to be the trustee. Is that where we at?
Correct.
You pick. It's a rough day in here today, brother. Rough day. Missy, what do you want? What's wrong? Oh, shit. Hey, go to the bathroom? I'll be right back. Quincy, 1 second, man. Oh my goodness. Sorry, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Dog got to pee, and the dog had to pee. Everybody got to be tended to. Sorry, class. Daddy daycare, doggy daycare. You pick the trustee, Williams Trust. All right, we're here. I got that. Now you're gonna have a document going from Miss Williams to your LLC. Is that where we at?
Well, right now we have the trust. Yeah, we would have the property was originally, I guess, Miss Williams in this example. The property was originally Miss Williams. She transfers ownership into the Miss Williams Trust.
Uh-huh.
The trustee would be of my choice. Yes.
She stays beneficiary.
Correct. She remains beneficiary, and then at the closing, she would then assign her beneficiary interest over to my LLC. So, from my understanding, to do that, for her to assign interest over, I believe they said there was about 3 documents that you would need. I guess one would be the first document would be her releasing her beneficiary responsibility.
Beneficial interest.
Yeah, beneficial interest. The second would be the trustee, I believe, would have to okay that. And the third would be the LLC accepting it.
Okay, Mike. Do they have those documents?
I'm gonna get it to. I didn't buy it yet. I'm gonna do that tonight. I can send that over to you.
Where are you getting those docs from?
It was another YouTube channel who someone does it. I think it's an attorney actually. He said that he has a link to those documents.
Yeah, only one I have is the assignment. Hey, babe. Hey, got a kid on me. What are you doing?
Good. What you doing?
I'm teaching.
Oh, you're teaching. Okay.
Bear with me, Quincy. Bear with me. All right. Wife is getting home. Look at the turkey cut.
Good job.
From my understanding, In the video that I watched, they said that the third step, the having the LLC accept the interest, is a step that's usually missed. Yeah,
Usually missed.
meaning people don't do it.
Say that again.
Meaning people don't do it. It's usually it's usually the beneficiary giving their beneficial interests away, but it's not the actual new beneficiary accepting it.
Good God. Sounds like a lot.
Yeah.
But I don't want to. The reason we're doing this is because you're trying to circumvent paying the taxes.
Correct. You could avoid that because in Pennsylvania, our transfer tax is 2%. So it's 2%, and it's usually split between the buyer and the seller. But on a $100,000 house, you're talking $2,000 at the closing table.
Plus closing costs.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
Plus your closing costs.
Remember, I told you it cost me $2,500. Dude, I'm paying $2,500 to do any deal, man. Cash, subject to. The minimum that I'm paying is $2,500, brother Quincy. I could have sworn you told me something about $850 or something. Was that you?
$850 for what?
For closing costs.
No.
I
think what I might have said was I had spoken to attorneys and they were saying that it would be $750 to prepare the deed and they call it a buyer's fee.
The deed, yeah. Well, they want to prepare your deed for your trust. Yeah, they're gonna charge you for that. You gotta pay that, man.
And they wanted another $500 to do the what is it, the trust agreement? Yeah. They wanted
you told me you already had one, no doubt.
Yeah. Yep. $500 for that.
No doubt they didn't like that.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. Looked over it and he said, okay.
Good for you. Praise God. That is cool, man. I'm glad about that. All right, let me think let me think for a minute, Quincy. You're doing some stuff that I don't necessarily. Here's the thing, man. I have, I'm big on philosophy. I have done things to get around paying fees, but this particular house you want to keep, right? I lost you.
Yeah, maybe.
So, class, let me bring you up to speed. Quincy wants to transfer the house from the seller into the seller's trust, then assign the beneficial interest over to himself. I have done that. Let me know when you're back.
All right.
Class, if you got any questions, please, or comments on Quincy's situation, go ahead and throw it in there. Hustler's honor. What's wrong with your camera?
I don't know. Can you hear me?
I hear you loud and clear.
I don't know what's happening. Hold on.
Everybody wants to know how the cake turned out.
How the?
I thought it tasted pretty good. This is a good cause. So we have. Yes, you could do that. Yes, you could do that.
Gotcha.
There you go. What happened?
I think I put it on mute.
Oh.
Video mute.
Quincy, yes, I have done things in my past. Like there are all types of deeds you can use, right? They got a grantor deed, general warranty deed, limited warranty deed, special warranty deed. What was that? A grantor's trust deed?
Grantor deed. Yep.
All type of deeds, right? All type of deeds. But the one that gives you the most protection is the general warranty deed, bro. The general warranty deed. That's what she's transferring it. Well, not she. A seller is transferring it to an unknown party, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're transferring to an unknown party. Any problems from today? Let's say we close it today. Any problems with that title with that seller from today back, you are insured against. So you try to sell us thinking 20 years, and they come back and say, "Well, the seller had a judgment of a $50,000 judgment that you didn't get taken care of." That's going to remain on the house. With the general warranty deed, the only reason I'm saying that I do that now is because I want to be protected from today forward. Now we need to do some research to see what type of protection the deed. Did he say it's a grantor trust deed? Is that the deed he's using?
Yeah, he's saying it's just a grantor deed.
We need to find out. I'm glad you mentioned this. So, class, not all deeds give you all the protections that I want you to have. I want you to have. Since you're keeping this, Quincy, it's not like one of these houses where you're just gonna get in and be gone.
Correct.
I just want you to be protected, brother. You know.
But I think he said that it's not really tax avoidance. I think he said it's going to be more like a tax deferment, because when you take that property out of that trust, you may trigger that taxable event.
Yeah. I don't know, man. The question I need to find out is what type of title protection am I getting? Did he say you're gonna get title insurance?
Yeah, he said I could. Yeah, he could give me title insurance. But
I'm
that was
just
another question that I wanted to ask you. Why would I need title insurance if he has E&O?
the title insurance is the one that's gonna pay the person that has E&O. Like you can't go and get title insurance yourself.
No, what I mean is if I went and got a title search and then somewhere down the road somebody said, there's $1 million judgment, couldn't I go back and sue that attorney?
That's what the title, like the person that has errors and omissions insurance, Quincy's asking about errors and omissions. The person that has it can write a title policy. You can't, like Quincy Williams can't write a title policy. You gotta have error, you gotta have E&O to do that. So the person that has it will write the title policy for your closing. So when you close it, they're saying, I got E&O, I did all the work legitimate, and to substantiate that, here's your title policy. But they're not gonna, it ain't like it's them, they're not insuring themselves. It's kind of like when you crash or when you go get car insurance, you can't just go, you gotta go to Geico, you gotta go to State Farm. They're almost like brokers.
Okay.
So yeah, the title insurance, you can't go order car insurance. You got to go through a car insurance company, a broker or somebody.
Mm.
You can't just
Okay.
you can't go right to the insurance. Yeah, I mean the insurance company will insure the person that has errors and omissions insurance.
Okay.
Yeah,
I had a few questions for you, a lot of questions for you.
I know you do, bro. I know you do. Good God Almighty. Hit it.
Will my trustee be exposed to any liability by being the trustee on the property?
No liability. I've had trustees file bankruptcy. I've had trustees get sued. I've had one of my trustees file bankruptcy 3 times, get sued for $1 million. Also has an IRS lien for $190,000. So, yeah, they're doing, they're just an employee. Just think about your trustee when you go to McDonald's. If you wanted to sue McDonald's, you ain't gonna sue the cashier, right?
True.
Kind of like an employee at McDonald's. All they are is an employee. You need me to do something? No liability, dog. 0.
Okay. Who is the tenant? If you're doing a lease option or if you just wanted to rent out a property, who would the tenant pay the rent to? You, the trustee, or the LLC, or the trust?
They pay it right to you, brother. Remember, your trust is nothing but a way to hold title. It's no difference than your LLC. It's no difference than a company or INC. You're the one out there doing all the work, legwork. Nobody cares who owns it. It's almost like if you had say for instance, if I own a house and I hired you, I'm like, Quincy, you do all the legwork. Basically you manage it, you take all the money in. No one's gonna know who the real owner is. It just happens in this case, the owner is a trust. So all my joints. Only time that comes up. Only time I'll tell you when that comes up when you have a savvy tenant buyer. I don't know how savvy your tenant buyer is going to be. They might say, you know what? Well, we went on the tax records and we see that Williams Trust owns this. What the heck you got to do with Williams Trust? Then you will have to show them your trust agreement, because if I'm going to give you 10, personally me, if I'm going to give you 10 grand, I want to know how, huh?
No, go ahead.
What you say, Quincy?
I was gonna let you finish.
If I'm going to give you 10,000, I want to know how the hell Quincy Williams is associated with the Williams Trust. I ain't gonna just give you 10 grand, you know. But that's personal, you know. You'll be, man. I have people give me 25, brother, and not, you know, they don't know. We believe that you're gonna act with integrity, brother. Right? I mean,
Can my trustee?
I lost you, Quincy.
Can you hear me?
I lost you. You there, brother Quincy? Keep losing it. That thing look kind of hard. What happened to it?
I was trying to warm it up so you could saw.
I don't
It
know.
was hard to warm.
No.
And then the charges bouncing off and started warming.
Hey, what you got, young brother?
I said, can my trustee be a landlord?
Trustee B. Can your trustee be a landlord? What do you mean by that?
In other words, if I had a property and I had the trustee as a landlord, could they be on the lease as the landlord to that property?
If you had a trustee that is the landlord for that house,
Yes.
yeah, you can do that. You can do that.
Okay.
What if you got to fire them? What if they're stealing your money from stealing rents?
I just didn't know if it would pose like a because I know the whole purpose of a land trust is for anonymity. So if you have your name on the lease, is that
Your name's not on lease. You can have all my leases have my trust as the leaseor.
Oh, okay. I see what that means. Okay.
They ain't gonna be like a tenant buyer ain't gonna be like, who's the beneficiary of this trust? They don't know. They just know. I mean, you know, when you show up with the lease, sign here, make your check out to this person. Thank you. That's it. They're not gonna, man. They don't care about no beneficiary, and yeah, don't worry about that, brother. You go in there. You're the man. I'm the managing member. I always say, look, I'm the managing member, or I just say I just work for these people.
Okay.
Because you do. You work for the trust.
So how many how can I put this?
Hold that thought, Quincy. I want to bring my viewers up to speed where we are. Quincy is now trying to get his subject to. Remember that question. Quincy finally found, after 60 closers, he finally found somebody to close it in Pennsylvania to close his subject to deal. And now we're going over questions to see exactly how it's going to get closed out. Go.
How many land trusts should your LLC be listed as the beneficiary on before you create another LLC?
I mean, I don't think that's up to you, man. Remember, I told you you can layer yourself to death. Remember what we had that conversation about layering?
Yeah.
You can insulate, layer yourself so deep that when you move on to the afterlife, man, it's going to take an attorney and $10,000 or more to back all that stuff out. You with me? I can layer you down, man, and we can make your trustee an LLC. We can make your beneficiary another LLC. You know what I'm saying? And then you can make the owner of that LLC an IRA. I mean, there's so many things you can layer I would say, man, just keep one LLC for holds, one LLC for flips. Get rid of it.
So wouldn't that be an issue if you have, say, like 10 properties and one beneficiary? What happens if that LLC is sued? Wouldn't all of those properties in that trust, I mean, every property that LLC is a beneficiary on be levied?
Now, you're talking about asset protection. I'm
Yeah.
not doing asset protection. All I'm doing is I'm doing ownership and anonymity. This is not going to protect you, brother Quincy. We're not doing this for protection. That's a whole nother leg. This is so you can operate in anonymity, brother. Like, I'm not in the business of showing you how to do asset protection. Yes, you can get sued all type of ways. The reason we put them in land trust is because it costs money to find out who the beneficiaries are. Usually people are not going to come after you if they got to start cranking out the money. You got to get a court order. You got to get first of all, you got to get a subpoena to get the trustee to come into court. After you get the court order, it's so many different moving ways to get to you, brother. But yes, asset protection, if you have one LLC, yes, it could happen. That is very true. But then they got to go down. How are they going to find who owns, say if I own 100 houses, right? They're all trusts. How are they going to find out which ones I own, Quincy?
Okay.
This is just for anonymity, dog. Okay. Asset protection is a whole nother level. That asset protection is where we come here. Remember I was saying about layers? So this is the first layer, the trust. Trust owns the house. The next layer is the beneficiary. Dude, we haven't scratched the surface. Man, you know how many entities you got? A revocable trust, irrevocable living trust, limited family partnerships. We can go down here. Your beneficiary, we can drill down on that. This is where your protection comes in, dog.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm not. Yeah, we ain't getting into none of that. I just need to. Once you get into the trust, then you can start layering down here on your beneficiaries. That's where the asset protection comes in.
Question: would there be an issue if I had one trustee for all of my properties? The same trustee?
I don't think it would be too bad. I wouldn't do more than 6 or 7. You want to kind of move it around. You don't want to have. Remember, the number one anything is like you're just asking for it. We cut up some turkey bacon.
I know. I just finished it.
Yeah, we didn't get it all. Yeah, I mean, I use different people, but don't forget your trustee can sell your house, and we have ways to protect that too. They can go borrow money against it. We have different ways to protect ourselves from that, but it better be somebody you trust, bro.
Okay. I wanted to jump towards because once we close on this property, I wanted to go ahead and start doing a lease option. So
To get out of.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
So, as for lease options, how do you determine the down payment? I remember you mentioned something about find out what they have, or you find out what you want to ask or something like that.
Tell me, how do I determine it? Yes. Okay, first in my mind, is it a pretty house or ugly house?
Pretty.
All right, so we know, and the purchase price is how much?
That's $80,000.
80?
Yes.
Man, that's low. How many bedrooms and baths is it?
3-2.
Let's do this. I'm gonna go to the internet real quick. Did we already? Let me do this. I'm gonna tell you exactly what I try to do. Go to Craigslist. Billy really wants that turkey thing.
I know.
She's crazy. Good Lord. What county, county is it on Craigslist?
Luzerne. Luzerne.
Luzerne. All right, I'm gonna bring you in my screen, okay, so we can do a quick thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good question. How do you determine your down payment? How do you determine your down payment? Let's do some moving parts of this. Quincy, I'm stuck.
What do you mean?
My screen ain't working. Oh, well, I guess this is done.
What?
My Hangout. Do you still see me?
Yeah, you're still here.
1 second, my thing says not responding. Give me a second. I must have overloaded this thing. Oh, come on, man. Luzerne. Sorry, class. I guess this is Quincy.
Yep.
I lost you, dog. So let me see if I can just go here before I try to share my screen again. I guess I'm having some technical difficulties. Go to Luzerne, Craigslist. Go to houses being offered.
Mm-hmm.
You got me? Type in rent to own.
Mm-hmm.
I can do it. She want that turkey too, babe. Housing. Oh, I'm gonna look now without bringing my screen, Quincy. Let me just look real quick so I don't mess it up again. Rent to own. I got zip code 18709.
Do 18642.
18642.
Mhm.
All right. So what I'm doing is I'm searching rent to owns and houses offered. Okay, there are no rent to owns within 5. Let me go to 10 miles out.
Do Scranton. That's a big city.
All right, hold tight. We got a few here. Scranton. Yeah, I didn't see. Just go to your Craigslist, see what they're being offered. Once you see what other people are asking, I never put a down payment on my ad, and I'll send you my ad if you want it, dog. It says small down payment will get you in. Down payment. You want to make sure you don't let the tenant buyer know what the down payment is, because you don't know what they have, and they're always going to try to pull it out of you. How much do you need? How much do you need? Remember this line, brother. I'm flexible as long as you have something reasonable. I'm flexible as long as you have something reasonable. And let them negotiate. When you do that, that's the neuro linguistic programming where they're going to negotiate against themselves. They don't even know it. That's not good. Quincy?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm sorry, I was writing that down.
Oh, I'm flex. How much down payment do you need, Mr. Quincy? How much down payment do you need? Hit it.
I'm flexible as long as it's reasonable. As long as what you have is reasonable.
There you go. They're gonna say, "Well, what's reasonable?" Say it again, Miss. The asking price is the asking. I'm telling you, I do it every day. The asking price is $80,000. What would you think is reasonable? Put it back on them. Well, I think 2,000-3,000. Then you say, you know what? We might be able to work with that. Let me do an application, and we'll see how your background looks like. If they got 1,000, don't mess with them, man. Don't mess with them. Your problem with this, Quincy, is you're walking into the first of the year. Everybody's broke.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's broke first of the year, bro. And Santa Claus got all that money. So, all right. What?
I was thinking to doing it around February. That's usually tax time.
Yeah, you're gonna sit on it. Nobody moves in January. You're gonna sit on it. So $80,000 house, I would try to get three. Depends on. I haven't seen the pictures, but I would try to get 3,000 if I can. It's 3 bedrooms.
Yep.
Yeah, try to get 3,000 if you can, man. But I would stick to that. 2 bathrooms.
Correct.
3, 2. Yeah, I don't know your market. Go to Craigslist, man. Go to Rentometer. See what people are renting for in that area.
Okay.
And then when you go to Craigslist, when you type your rent to owns, you'll see what your competition is asking and see what they have. And it's a no-brainer, man. Just kind of get it close to what they got. If you're way out of whack with what you see out there, then you're not gonna get it. Like if you need, like Eddie can get 15,000 down in Atlanta. I really can't get those big ones here on small houses like yours.
Okay. Next question is:
Yeah.
Do you use rent credits? Why or why not?
Rent credits. It all depends on how savvy my buyer is.
Okay.
Let me make sure this thing is working. You're talking about, do I give them a credit every time they make a payment?
Correct. To go towards the.
It all depends on how savvy my buyer is. Oops. Wait a minute. If I got a savvy buyer, yes. But usually I just write on the contract there, I just write $50, you know. Somebody that stays there for, and if you look on the paperwork, it says of on-time rent payment. Usually they're not even on time, so I mean, it's a small thing. But yeah, give them $50, brother. You getting principal pay down every month? Why not pass some on? You know.
Okay.
But it ain't gonna matter. You got worries. It ain't gonna matter, man. They probably won't end up buying the house anyway.
Do you require only a down payment and first month's rent to move in?
Down payment and first month's rent?
To move in.
Yeah, that's it. You got $3,000 in first month's rent. Come on in. I want to make sure you're not getting evicted where you're coming from. I do a background check. A lot of people have cash. They get evicted where they're coming from. That's why they got money, because they ain't paid rent where they're coming from.
Okay.
So you better make sure you go to your state courthouse website and make sure that they're not getting evicted and see how many evictions they've had. And if they do have a bad background regarding rental, just raise the down payment. What's up? Oh, okay. Thank you. Like,
Say that
look,
one more time.
if they got challenged background, they've been paying rent, they need to go pay. Be like, look, you know what? Typically we do this for 3,000, but since you got all these evictions and you're a criminal and you're a felon and you done murdered somebody and then you run a bunch of red lights and you dropped out or whatever, you got to pay 4,000. You know, so you can't lose, man. You get 3,000. Think about it. If your rent, how much is your monthly rent?
In this area.
In that 800.
Yeah.
So if you get 3,000, you get 3 months rent, dog, up front, almost 4. You got to think about it like that. So if they stop paying rent, if they never pay you rent, I'm good because I'm ahead of the game. I'm ahead of the rent. I got 3 months. I'm buying future time.
Mm-hmm.
So if they pay me 3,000 down, it's gonna take me a month to get you out. That's cool. I don't really care. Yes, it's good questions, brother. Good questions. Class.
If a tenant buyer is not able to secure financing at the end of their lease, do you ask for additional money or do you simply extend their lease?
Yeah, I let them stay there as long as they want, bro. If you can't qualify to close to buy the house, take them to be. You don't think it's hard to find? If you can't afford to buy the house at the end of your lease, I don't care. You can stay there as long as you want. Now the rent will go up. I don't go up a lot. I mean, $20, $30, but Quincy, you're gonna learn that usually I've had one experience where a tenant has ended up buying a house.
Wow.
What do you care?
It doesn't. Wouldn't it be beneficial though to get another tenant and get another down payment?
I don't know if you want to. Yeah, I don't know if you want to fight that one, brother.
Really?
Would it be beneficial? It all depends on what cash you're looking at, but I would let them just stay. Yeah, you don't want to squeeze too much.
Okay.
But yeah, it would be. I guess if you're asking, would I want to make more? Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it. I just let them stay as long as they want. They're doing the repairs.
Okay. So if a tenant exercises their option to buy, who pays at the closing?
What?
If a tenant exercises their option to buy, who pays the closing?
You pay for yours and they pay for theirs.
Okay.
Yeah, you pay. You don't want to pay their closing costs.
Do you negotiate down payments if the tenant is willing to pay more rent?
Okay, take a less of a down payment for more monthly rent.
Or vice versa?
Yes, I do take more down payment for less rent, but I don't know if less down payment for more monthly rent. I don't like that one. If you can't afford a down payment, you daggone sure enough can't afford to pay more every month. Yeah, I would take a larger down payment for lower rent. That's why we don't want to say, because what people will say, well, you want 3,000. If I give you 5, can you lower the monthly payment? You know, we can do that. But you only want to lower it for 2 years, though. You don't want to lower it for the duration because they'll stay in your house forever. You know, if you give me X amount down, we'll lower your payment to $700 for 2 years. Because you're only losing out $100 a month for 2 years. That's $2,400.
And that you would put in that in the lease, correct?
Yeah, it all be in the lease. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you need a special landlord insurance policy for lease options, or will a standard insurance or will a standard landlord policy suffice?
I've just got standard landlord. I like for my tenants to have, but I'm probably going to do in 2019. I'm going to force place insurance. It's only $50 a year for renter's insurance.
Mm-hmm.
I had a fire last year and turned out a little nasty, but I mean, you move on. You know, I mean, it's good for them to have renter's insurance. Yes, I would say that. If I had to choose, I would want them to have their own renter policy.
Now, would they need a special renter's policy because they have an option to buy, or does that not matter?
Mm-mm. Option to buy has nothing to do with them living there. Remember the fence. This side option is disposition, ownership. Right side, quiet enjoyment, how they come and go. You got it? How you come and go, lease, how you dispose of the property, option. Don't cross that barrier, man. You're gonna get in trouble, my brother.
So,
Church, don't pass that fence, church.
When you do lease options, do you typically like 1, 2, or 3 year leases, and why?
I don't care. Usually minimum is 2, but I got one guy that's on one. He won 8. You get into these, man, to set it and forget it. If I do a 2-year, 3-year, I don't care, man. I just ask them, what do you want? Just be quiet. If you're getting monthly cash flow, you're getting principal pay down, you're getting no repairs, you're done. You don't think about this house. After they sign that paperwork, look, if something breaks, don't call me. If the water leaks, don't call me. I'm telling you, man, you got to be stern with these people.
All right. In the unlikely event that the lender does call the note due on a subject to property, what happens if you have a tenant buyer that already paid you a down payment and has intentions on buying that home?
The only thing you can do is refund their money.
Okay.
You're not responsible because they're living there. A judge is, well, I don't know what the judge is going to say, but reasonably thinking, if someone is occupying a house, they have to pay something. So they're not going to be allowed to sue you for back rent because they had to pay rent somewhere.
Okay.
But they will probably come after you for your down payment.
And possibly the rent credits?
I mean, $50 a month, maybe, yeah. But I mean, you sound like another one of my clients. Ain't gonna happen, bro. Ain't gonna happen, man.
Have you ever had a down payment bidding war?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you do? Okay.
I always seem to go with the one that has the most money. I wonder how that works. I wonder how that works. You know, I'm able to predict the future when that happens. I can predict the future. Whoever has the most money will win.
Okay. When you find a tenant buyer, will any of the lease option documents need to be notarized?
No. Not unless you're a buyer, if they're me and they want to get it notarized. Like, I wouldn't dare do this unless I'm getting it notarized. But these people are not, man, they're going to be kissing your feet when you meet them. I did one in Indiana, dude. The people, they were so happy. They gave my clients the down payment before they even moved in. That's how happy these people are going to be. You are allowing them to be a homeowner, dude. You're the man.
Can you do a sub-2 deal with someone who filed Chapter 13 bankruptcy?
Seller or buyer?
The seller filed Chapter 13 bankruptcy.
I would want to make sure it got discharged first.
Okay.
Make sure you're out that time period because you don't want to be transferring no titles if they're current bankruptcy, man. The judge they're gonna undo that so quick. Make sure that they've already had a discharge, then deal with that.
So there was a sub-2 deal that I was looking to pursue, and I found out that the homeowner went to jail, and his mother did not have unlimited power of attorney. Would I have to go and get? Would I have to go to jail?
Yeah, man, that's real tough because jail is considered a distressed state, and I don't know about that one. I'm gonna pass on that one, brother. Never had to do that. In my experience, whenever there's somebody in jail and you got to get something from them out of jail, never can happen.
Okay.
They consider you to be it's a distress situation, and it's like I don't know. Yeah, I never did it before, brother.
For insurance on a sub-2, could I list myself as additionally insured under the homeowner's policy?
Mm-hmm. You got the power of attorney, which allows you to cash the check when it comes in.
Okay, 1 second.
Bisa, you crazy. She said she don't like gravy no more, babe. I'm listening, Quincy.
Why is an out-of-state trustee better than an in-state trustee?
Why is out-of-state trustee what?
More beneficial to have than an in-state trustee.
Don't forget, our land trust is just for anonymity. So if your trustee lives in Alaska, they're gonna have to spend more money trying to find them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the farther away they can be, the better. But it isn't. They're gonna find if it's somebody that wants you, they're gonna get you. Land trust is not gonna protect you from any of this stuff. It's the first line of defense.
I think that's all the questions I had.
Woo! Good God Almighty! Good Lord! Thank you. I feel like I'm on a firing squad, dog. All right. Maria is back. Yeah, my daughter was asking about you. Let me see who we got here. Then I'm gone, man. I'm gonna have dinner. Mario. Oh, Maria. Yeah, my daughter said hello. Mario, when you're closing this up too, what steps are needed for the tax assessor's office? That's a good question, Mario. Tax assessor's office. What are you singing? You sing, you teaching. When you do that deed transfer, the tax assessor's office is going to automatically pick that up, Mario. So you don't got to do nothing. They're going to get it. All right. Realist. Yes, your daughter and grandfather. Okay, I'm sorry you missed it. Biza, you crazy. I got hot. Had to take my hat off. Maria. All the attorneys saying is risky or don't know about subject twos. Well, Maria, once again, it all depends on what you think is smart or safe and what you think is risky. If you think owning a house, conventionally signing for a loan, putting your name on the line, on the dotted line, putting all the rest of your assets on notice or at risk for getting a loan, if you think that is smart, then that's not risky for you. For me, Maria, on the other hand, conversely, I think that is risky. Signing to get a loan, put my name, signing personally for debt, So I think that is risky. So it all depends on how you look at it. Which one you think is smart, which one you think is risky. It all depends on your vantage point.
Hey, Chris,
what up?
I'm actually heading out. I want to thank you for answering all my questions, man.
Okay, cool. I'll talk to you soon. I'm going to finish answering the questions.
All right, thank you.
God bless you. Merry Christmas. Charles, you there? Yeah, Charles. Doing nothing tomorrow. Jordan. Huh? I didn't look to you. How do you do a sub two deal on probate? It all depends on the Jordan. It all depends on the loan that's left over. I don't know how much loan you got left over on that. And if someone passed away, then you need to deal with the estate. And I mean, that could you need to talk to an attorney about that or a title company. Nikki, is Bigger Pockets Pro worth the cost? I don't have that. I heard you mention looking for an attorney there. I don't have Pro, but I do have Pro. I'm sorry. I don't have Plus, I believe, Jordan. So yeah, I would say Bigger Pockets is worth it. You can find anything on there. Aaron, what did you miss? Everything. Charles, I think Charles might be scared. Is this a recommended strategy? It's up to you, man. I mean, it ain't for everybody. Angela, hey, Miss Williams. Oh yeah, Miss Williams. What up? Yeah, Miss Williams. That's the same name you had. Charles, yeah, I the documents. Just email me, Charles. I mean, I'll talk to you on the email. I just finished talking to you about an hour ago, brother. Appreciate the content, Rod. Yes, it's been a long day. If anybody wants the documents, my subject to documents, please. I'm not gonna put a link here. I'm not trying to sell you nothing today, but send me an email if you want to get the sub 2 documents. I'm not. Sometimes I'm not. I don't want to always try to sell you something. I want to bring you some value. I know I was hoping. Charles, I think Charles is worried now. Hello, Tunstall. Chris, can this deed transfer be done in Virginia? Yes. I told you guys before, I live in a house that we bought subject to. We own it in a trust. Mario, what's the paperwork called to make sure the homeowner doesn't file bankruptcy? You need to get that. That is my seller disclosures. Just email me for those documents and I will send you a link where you can download it. And yes, there is a small fee for those. You don't want your seller filing bankruptcy. You're in trouble. Joe Brown, I love how hard you're going today. Yes, Joe. Hopefully I can give you some value. What's the paperwork called to make sure it doesn't? Oh, it's just called seller disclosures. I created it. I got some of this stuff just from reading over documents for since 2004. We on a YouTube rampage. Yeah, people, they hire me to do this, Chris. So that's what I'm doing. One land trust per property, Faye. Yes, each property gets a different land trust, but your beneficiary can be the same. So Trish, Nuggets, land trusts are made for people to pay money. Yes, Tish, land trusts are created for people to pay money to find you. Yes, I love it. That's exactly what they're for. They're not meant to asset protection per se. They do start asset protection, but it's not. They're not. I'm not creating this. I'm not an asset protection attorney. Oh my goodness, Charles, you want me to work again? Do another YouTube? Good God, Maria, I see you. Oh, you can't see Quincy? Yeah, he's gone. Another live. Beezer, hey, I gotta get my. Yes, Beezer, I need to get my my collar. I'm ready to eat. Okay, Charles, background checks. Just go to your. Charles, I'm gonna help you with that. Go to your. You can just go to circuit clerk in your city, circuit clerk in your state, and it'll be a website there. But it'll take me time to find that for you. Maria, he did have some good questions. Yeah, Beezer. Please, you guys, if you don't mind giving me a thumbs up in the description here for our optimization on the internet. We are 3 unconventional folks signing to get debt. Yes, Maria, I don't want to sign to get no debt. I think that's risky. True Focus, if you got questions, I don't mind doing a consultation for you. There is a small fee. What paperwork is done at the title office? You need to have your power of attorney. You better have your seller disclosures. You better have your CYA letter. The mail's in here, babe. And you got to have your purchase and sale agreement and your authorization to release information. Just go to my channel. I go over it all in the subject to video. Good gracious. Yes, this is an advanced strategy. You better know what you're doing in here. This is an advanced strategy. If anybody wants these documents, please just email me. Are land trust free? No, I charge $150 for mine. Or you can get the attorney to do it. Like Quincy just said, it's $500. James, do I recommend wholesaling first? Yes. You bet. Oh my God. Oh, James, you better not be going. Oh, James, 1983. You better not be going to the foreclosure auction. Are you crazy? Well, it depends. These online auctions, I don't mind. But if you're going to the steps, you better know what you're doing. Please, I had a friend lose his shirt buying a second deed of trust. I don't want you to do that. Hey, Chris, Merry Christmas, Janine. Yes, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. You need a thorough inspection of for a house you're going to do a lease option. Do you need a thorough that you're going to buy? Janine, are you talking about a lease option that you're going to buy on a lease option or lease option that you are selling on a lease option? If you're buying on a lease option, it depends. Can y'all please stop? Buying on a lease option? Not really. You're not. Inspection, you need to inspect houses before you buy either way, Janine. You need to inspect them either way. Yes, you should do an inspection. Yeah, I think you should get an inspection if you don't quite understand construction yet. All right, selling on a lease option. Okay, so you're getting a home inspection on a house that you're selling. I would let them get a home inspection. Shit. When I do my lease options, I'm selling as is. You do your own inspection. I don't want none of your money till you walk through the house. You hire whoever you want to bring in to walk through it, turn on all the systems. Because I've got the water and the power on so they can see what systems work. But they get their own home inspection. I'm not doing that. James, okay, James. Oh, James, you were going to the foreclosure at the city. Lord God, don't do that. You go to listen. You can buy and sell a house at the foreclosure steps. My channel will teach you how to do that. I'm looking for the people that are ready to go after they've already got some training stuff, so I can get you to the next step. All right, class, I'm done. Happy New Year. I think I might see you one more time on Monday, but if you need some documents, just email me. I'll put my email in here one more time, chrisbuyshouse at gmail. And I want to say thank you for allowing me to pour into your life, raise your financial literacy. And take a few seconds, subscribe to my channel, like the content, give me a thumbs up, and share. If I could leave you with one last thing, I want you to think about your future. Byron, what up, dog? What up? Think about your future. If you do not buy a house right now, if you're still renting, which I'm not saying all renting is bad. Think about the years you have lost regarding your principal pay down. And the only reason I'm here today to be able to talk to you is because of the principal that I paid down over the years. So I want you to think about not owning. What does your life look like if you're not a homeowner yet? And what can your life look like in the future for becoming a homeowner and get that mortgage paid off? I want you all watching to be mortgage free. Mortgage free. All right, I'm getting ready to go eat dinner. Yes, Charles, I'm gone. Happy New Year. You peed again?
No.
Oh.
Charles Poet.
Happy New Year, class. I love you. I will talk to you soon. God bless you. Peace. Am I done?